Good news, with the latest version of Node.js, you no longer need an external package to be able to work with environment variables while running your application locally. Let's go see what I'm talking about. All right, so I've got a basic API up in Node.js, and it's using Zeta, which is a pretty awesome serverless database that has a lot of really cool features. And I've got some demo data in here for jobs. There's actually a couple of jobs listed from Zeta and then a few other companies. So I've got my application connected to that. I actually was able to generate the client for Zeta to be able to interact with our database based on the Zeta CLI, which is really, really neat. So what this API does, it has a GET request, which is the only thing we'll talk about for now, to be able to go and get all the jobs and be able to view them as JSON data. So what I can do is I can run this as node, and then I'll go into the source directory. Node source / index.js. Now this originally was a TypeScript project that I just kind of ripped out the TypeScript just for demo purposes to show you how this works with this new feature inside of Node. So we can run this, and this should start at port 3000. We should then be able to come over to the browser at /API/jobs and refresh and just see that we get the same data back. So it's working as is. But one thing to know is that we're having to reference an external package to be able to incorporate environment variables for this to work. So what environment variables do we have? Well, in this case, we specifically have an API key for connecting to our database. Now, really neat that the Zeta code that they generate for you takes care of actually creating this client. So you can see it actually does all this for you. It also just goes ahead and generates the .env file for you if it's not there and includes that API key. So this .env file is here, including the API key, but then we have to do some manual work inside of Node.js to be able to access these properties at process.env. and then the variable name. So in this case, we have to import the .env package. And if we look at this on NPM, this has been the de facto way to work with environment variables in Node.js for a long time. So actually has some pretty big sponsors in here, which is cool. But .env is a separate package. You have to install this, and then to be able to use it, you have to do either the require syntax and call the config function, or do the import syntax and then also do the config. So if we look inside of my config, I import .env from that package. I then go and call the config function. So what's going to happen if I just comment out these two lines? So let's comment out the import and the config part, and let's try to run the same command again. Now, by default, this is not going to work, and that's because it's looking for the API key so that it can access that to be able to create the Zeta client appropriately. But that's not working. Now, this is where the latest version, or in this case, version 20.6.1 of Node, now has this built-in command that you can run if I go back up through this, that can include the ability to specify where your environment variable file lives. And actually, there's an interesting part to the syntax. I noticed if you include the env-file flag after the file that you're running in Node, it gets ignored, which is interesting. I thought it would be interchangeable. So what this will need to be is we'll need to put this before the actual file that we're running. So this will be the the env file, and then we're going to say that is going to be the .env. And I had to kind of play around with this to get it to work because I've seen a few different things. But for me, you do the env file flag, and then you do the name of the file separated by a space, and then you have the file that you're actually going to run. So now I don't have any external package that I'm referencing, and I can go back into this API and it loads fine. So it's loading that data again because it's getting those environment variables in a way that it couldn't before. So you'll need to make sure that you're running Node.js version 20.6. I think 0.0 is when it's available, and I'm specifically running 20.6.1. If you're looking for a super easy way to install multiple versions and manage multiple versions of Node.js, I use NVM. So NVM allows me to specify different versions of Node that I can use. So if I want 18, I can say NVM use 18, and then it gives me that version. If I wanted 19, for example, I think this is one that I don't have installed. So it should tell me, actually I do have 19 installed. But anyway, I can NVM install and then a version of Node, so 20 in this case. So it says I already have this installed. And this is just the easiest way that I found to manage my different versions of Node, to install them and to be able to switch between them depending on which project I'm working on. So just to recap, originally you would have had to have a separate .env package installed in your project and then call this config here to be able to access those environment variables at process.env like I'm referencing the port here. But now with this new command, if I pull this up again, in version 20.6.1 and above, you can reference your environment variable file with this env-file flag and specify that. So this is really neat. No need for extra additional resources, which is really cool. This is now just kind of changing the way that we've been doing environment variables in Node.js for a long time. Now, really quick on a personal note, as of recording this or releasing this video tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing my full Astro course updated for Astro 3.0. So this is learning to build modern websites with Astro, which is one of my favorite frameworks right now. You can find more about the framework itself at astro.build and find details. But in this case, we go super deep with, this actually needs to be updated, 80 lessons, 6+ hours. You get Discord access. It's really cool stuff. So if you're interested in learning about Astro, go and sign up for the newsletter today, or if you're watching this after the day that this video is published, the course will actually be available. So if you have any questions about what that's going to cover, let me know in the comments below. But more specifically relevant to this video, let me know if this is a feature in Node that you're going to use now and replace your .env package, the external package. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.